Let's go explore. That was fast motion. You can hear the river, but how do we get across? The bridge is out. Hopefully I don't fall down there. Piece of cake. I hiked through here 2 days ago and found a couple of stands. Ghost Pipe, which is my big search for today since I have to leave tomorrow. So I found lots of small stands. I found one viable stand that I could harvest. So we'll see how it looks today. Hasn't been any rain, so it's iffy to say the least. Hopefully I can still find it. Ooh, is that wintergreen? That is. Little stand of Pipsissewa. Not enough to harvest. It's a small little stand. Let's get a close up there. Ooh. Yeah, say that one 3 times fast. Spotted wintergreen. That's way easier to say. All kinds of interesting uses. From pain to spiritual uses. I'll let you all explore that one on your own. I got it out the right name the first time. I think if you Google spotted wintergreen, you'll get it right. Not commonly used, or I should say, I don't use it often enough. So it has some urinary pain benefits. I believe it's up here on the right. There's a couple of, more of that. I saw it once before up here. Let's see how long this video lets me go. If you don't know it, I'm at the Medicines of the Earth conference, and it's super nice to be back live and in person. And just got done with an herb walk with Corey Pine Shane, but I'm in Black Mountain, North Carolina, one of the great conferences I come to every year, and got a couple more. I've got a conference coming up in Durango, Colorado, which I'm super excited about. I've never been there before for a conference or for fun. and that's the Good Medicine Convergence. I think I'm teaching 4 classes there, which is amazing because they don't know me. I'm guessing they heard about me. And then I've got the acupuncture conference coming up, the SOMA, Florida State Oriental Medicine Association. Will be in Orlando, Florida, where without a doubt you can sucker me into an herb walk. I'm sure I'll find some plants to talk about there between classes around mealtime, as long as it's vaguely light out. And then of course my favorite, I'm going to be at the American Herbalist Guild's. My first herbal conference I ever went to was an AHG conference at Helen, Georgia, and still continues to be my favorite. And I'm going to be teaching, it's hilarious, the AHG may live to regret the day that they asked me to go up there and for 3 hours to talk about shit. But yes, I'm going to be talking about what does your poop tell you. And so using the stool as a diagnostic tool, warning signs of certain things. So it's going to be all about the poop. So I'm super excited about that. Conferences are always my opportunity to recharge. And there's the first stand of ghost pipe. Look, I found it. Look at this amazing, sometimes called Indian pipe or ghost pipe. I know this grows in Florida, but I have to admit, I don't think I've ever found it in Florida. And there's at least 2, maybe 3 colors of it. This is actually a plant, and that's the small stand. That's the only one in this area. A little bit further down the trail, there's a whole bunch more. Oh, yeah, no, wait, this is the good stand. Look, there's another stand. Let's see if I can zoom in. Ooh, high tech. And this has a variety of uses, so many different traditions. Yeah, this is the patch I can harvest from. Good, it's even more than it was before. I thought there was another patch over here. So this is a pretty good sized patch. I'd found a bunch walking around earlier, but they were all just single small clumps. So this is definitely an improvement. It tends to grow in dappled light on more level ground. And that's always like really neat spots. And oddly, I find it more often just off a trail than I do in the deep dark forest. Pardon my being out of wind, but I'm a flatlander. Ooh, although perhaps I spoke too soon. This one's a little bit more off the beaten path. Very interesting. Let's see how big a patch this is. Remember, if you go wandering through, brushing up against brush like this, do a tick check it whenever you get a chance. So far, maybe it's because of the altitude, I don't get too many ticks up here. And, well, as far as I know, I find them before they find me. Even then, I think maybe 1 or 2 every other year, depending on how crazy I get in the woods. Ooh, look, a different path. Maybe that's closer to a path than I know. All right, now I'm going to go back down. I may be looking for some harvesting tools here later. And we shall see. So I think that's all of the show I'm going to give y'all. So don't tell anybody about my secret ghost pipe spot. Oh, I'm going to explore down here. See more about this. Really great herb walk with Corey Pine. He is definitely an expert in these woods and knows way too much about our local medicine here. Had the pleasure of him sharing everything he knew about spikenard and barberry. Sorry, spider. And what do we see? Pedicularis and I don't know. Oh, magnolia. So all kinds of cool stuff. And he passed by some of the more common ones that we didn't even talk about. Oh yeah, we also got a chance to talk about a different species of ragweed than I'm used to. It was a trifoliate, an ambrosia trifolia, and I'm used to our ambrosia artemisiae, and which means it looks like a mugwort. So, all right, well, I hope I see you up here at one of these conferences. This is a great one to start with. They do really hard to really easy, some energetics classes, a little medicine making, hardcore biochemistry. If you're MD or naturopath or functional medicine doc, you won't be disappointed with some of the information that's portrayed. There's usually some of the regular teachers, and always a few unique guest folks here as well. So it was really interesting. Some of the new teachers, I got to sit in on some of their classes and learn some new stuff. So it was really great. So hope I see you here. Next one is in Durango, Colorado. Good Medicine Convergence Plant. Oh, I forget their website now, but Good Medicine Convergence. Then the Acupuncture Conference in Orlando. One is very appropriate for herbalists, especially if you've been trained in some of the Chinese medicine concepts. I'm going to be talking about bioregional plants and how they can be used. I'm going to be talking about some of my gems and tips after 20 years in practice. So don't feel like you're limited to being an acupuncturist, the allied professionals like herbalists. It's a super wonderful conference. And then, of course, my personal favorite will be up in, I think it's Bethesda in October, the American Herbalist Guild. And there's going to be two of us representing from the Tradition School of Herbal Studies. Ruth is going to be talking about cinnamon, and I'm going to have the pleasure of talking about poop. See you next time. I'm hoping to get a chance this afternoon to maybe do a little bit of a video about Jin Yin Hua, or honeysuckle, the gold and silver plant.